The day is finally here. And I don't mean the day of the week. I mean Day of the Dead on 4K from Scream Factory. We've been waiting for this forever. It's been delayed. It's been announced. It's been thought to be dead. Yes, Scream Factory was thought to be dead, but they're not. They're back with the biggest release probably that they've put out in, the last at least 4 years. Because this 4K restoration was a gigantic amount of work on their part, and it's a gigantic achievement on their part as well. But we're going to go into and deep dive all of the stuff on this set, from the packaging, the audio, the extras, the video, everything, to see whether or not this is worth buying for you, the physical media collector out there. So yeah, the hype for this thing was out of control. It was really insane. I was hyped through the roof after seeing the 4K transfer at the Scream Factory 13th anniversary event that they held here in Los Angeles. Before that, I was a little apprehensive. I was like, I don't know, it's a lot, because they're not getting the transfer from the original film elements. Those are nowhere to be found. But they did find an inner positive of the film, which is, the next step down from the actual original film elements for getting a restoration out of it. And it's safe to say that restoration is beautiful. We'll get to that. But let's go through the packaging here and figure out whether or not this is worth buying from a packaging element, because, well, we're physical media collectors. You can look behind me. You can see I love packaging. Packaging is what sells the release. If we were just selling standard editions, then we'd all just be buying standard editions. I don't know. But this is a collector's edition. It even says it right here on the box. It says it on every Scream Factory box. But still, let's go into the packaging and see what we've got here. So the packaging, you can look at it here. It is stunning. It is beautiful. It's nice and yellow and vibrant for the Day of the Dead. Because, well, this film, while it is mostly set indoors, the outdoor scenes are bright and vibrant and colorful and beautiful. It's a nice juxtaposition of the gray ugliness that's underground here in this film. But this set, it comes with two Blu-rays, Blu-ray cases, one with the 4K and the Blu-ray on it, and then one with extras and everything else. So let's go in, and we even get some lobby cards, which I love. Lobby cards sell this crap for me because, well, it's another physical extra that we can all enjoy, can't we? So this one, we'll just take the lobby cards out here without trying to ruin this little Day of the Dead thing that I just dropped on the ground there. But the lobby cards here, so we'll go up and you can see these up close. There's Bub. There's George himself. But yeah, these are stunning. These are nice to look at as well for this set. Just a very nice physical collector's piece for people to enjoy. The physical stuff is nice. The box here, you can do the little squeeze test that I like to do. Doesn't move very much. Very, very sturdy box. I love a good sturdy box. It feels a lot like the hard-boiled Hong Kong Cinema Classics box that they use for all these releases as well. So Scream Factory, Shout Factory, they are at least learning by putting these releases in nice thick boxes like Arrow Video does or other boutique labels. The actual on-disc content and the stuff that you're here to see, because, well, the physical extra is really nice, but if this transfer sucks or the audio sucks, then, what's the point? It's a paperweight. So we've got the original cover art there, the original theatrical poster, and then I think what was the VHS poster, the VHS cover art there on the other disc. Let's take a look on the inside of disc 1 and 2 here. And it has the feature film on 4K and Blu-ray, so if you don't have a 4K player, you can still enjoy the new transfer on Blu-ray. And there's everybody running for the chopper. And then the second box here, the Blu-ray documentary that it's ported over from the previous release, and then the disc of extras. The two other discs have commentaries on them, but these are really where the meat and potatoes of the extras are. So for the physical packaging, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Really, it's perfect. The lobby cards are an extra bonus. Even if they didn't come with that, I would give it a 5 out of 5. Just because it captures the look and the feel of the film so well, and you get multiple poster artworks and all that, inside artwork, disc art, everything. It just captures it perfectly. Whoever designed this or whatever team designed this knew what they were doing. And now for the visual restoration, because that's really why we're all here. The visual aspect of the film, does it look good? Well, I saw the 4K footage already. I've seen this, it was last year. It was a stunning restoration. Really, it's a stunning restoration. Everything just looks sharper and crisper, and just the blood looks redder, the detailing on the rocks underground, everything, it just looks so much better, and I'm assuming more to what George wanted with the film. And overall, it's just a sharp picture. I watched the Blu-ray and the 4K just to see like what the differences are here. Obviously the 4K is sharper, but the Blu-ray, if you're not watching it on 4K, and I don't know why, if you're just buying this for the Blu-ray, you're still getting a great visual package here with Day of the Dead on 4K or Blu-ray, with the new restoration, the new 4K restoration of it, because, well, it's stunning. That's the one word I can use for it, is it's stunning. The people who have been waiting for this, like you and I, it's just, it's amazing. It really is. And for people who've been waiting, because this is my favorite of Romero's films, you know, a lot of his movies are great, but this one, it holds a special place for whatever reason. The sort of dark, brooding, sort of just tone of the film, it's just crushing. And I don't normally like films like that, but this one, it just, from the performances to the direction to the writing, everything, it just goes together to create one of the most perfect horror films and his best film. And this transfer finally gives that the equalizer of, oh, the movie is perfect, and now the transfer is beautiful to go along with it. So you put those two together and you get an amazing visual package on this film. And the Dolby Vision, it looks great. If you have a TV that supports Dolby Vision and a player, you'll get the best possible out of this package. This might be a sort of tester for 4K's TVs going forward. It might be, because it's just so beautiful and vibrant and crisp, and all of the colors and all of the textures and everything are just, it's just pitch perfect. It really is an amazing, amazing job that they did on this, and I can't recommend it enough. This also gets a 5 out of 5 on visual presentation. Now for where it stumbles a bit, and that is with the audio. The Dolby Atmos track, the voices are a little too low, and the effects are a little too high. It's really, really loud on the effects with gunshots and everything like that, and then the voices are a little bit too low in the mix. That's a bit disappointing when it comes to the Dolby Atmos track, because the Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, they combine to make, the best cinematic, theatrical, whatever, the yada, yada, yada that Dolby's going to tell you. But here, it is a problem, especially for people who don't want to fiddle with their sound effects and stuff like that. So popping it on and putting it in to watch for both the Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, it's a bit disappointing because the audio doesn't meet the perfection of the restoration of the visual quality of the film. That's a bit disappointing. I didn't get the chance to watch it with any of the other audio tracks. There is a Laserdisc audio track on here as well, which sounded pretty interesting to me, but it's another proof that they're putting all the work in, where you're getting a Dolby Atmos track, but you have other tracks on the film as well. So if you don't like that one, you can listen to it with something else. But the Dolby Atmos, that's the real disappointment in this set, is that it is not as good as quality. Like, they couldn't mix it properly. I'm not sure what went into that. That's the only thing that I would mark this set down for. Finally, we'll get into the extras, because the extras are really, well, what we're here for as physical media collectors as well. This has some new interviews with Laurie Cardille, with Greg Nicotero, John Harrison, Susan Romero, John Amplis, Ernest Dickerson, Tino Romero. Those interviews are all great. They range from ones that are on Zoom to ones that are in sort of a theater setting. And they all offer new insights, stuff that might not be in the documentary that's included here as well, because there is a feature-length documentary about the making of the film. But those interviews, they're all new, they're all fantastic, they're all good insights into this film. But the real highlight of the extras here, for the new stuff at least, was the restoration, the 30-minute or 29-minute documentary that they put on here about restoring the film. Because after watching the 4K footage and hearing how sort of vague they were about where they got the interpositive and all of that. I wanted to know how they restored this film, because how did you get it from where it was to the perfection that it is on video here? And this documentary, it is fantastic. It is not worth the price of admission, obviously, because everything else is so great, but this is an amazing look for people who are in film nerds, about film restoration, about, you know, how do they restore something to 4K? How do they get something like that? It goes into that and then some, and the rest of this, it's ported over stuff. There's one thing that was a commentary with Roger Avery that was not ported over, but we got a new commentary to replace that track, so you're kind of trading commentary tracks, and you can watch the old Roger Avery commentary on previous releases if you still have that. So if you're a Day of the Dead super fan, you probably already own the Blu-ray anyway, so you can just keep that for that commentary track if you really want to. But otherwise, it ports over a lot of great extras. And the documentary, the hour-and-a-half long documentary about the making of the film is included on here as well. That is stunning. If you haven't watched that one, you got to watch it when you get this set. But that is worth the price of admission there. All of these extras, they combine to accentuate the film. Obviously, the 4K restoration is the main event, but everything else here is just adds to creating one of the best physical media packages of 2026, and not only 2026, but ever, really, with this release of Day of the Dead on 4K. If I have to give it a grade, it would really be like a 4.75, maybe a 4.5 out of 5, because the audio mix is a little bit disappointing, but everything else about this restoration, everything else about this package, everything else about this physical media release is amazing. We've been waiting for this as Day of the Dead fans, as George fans, as just movie fans. And this really gives us the best possible way to watch this film now. It gives us a miraculous way to watch this film now. So if you're on the fence, if you haven't got this, or if you're just, waiting for your pre-order to arrive, this is well worth the money. It's not even that expensive. It's like $45 for this, which I know some out there are going, oh my god, that's crazy expensive for a 4K, but you're getting all this other stuff with it. And I can't recommend this set enough to physical media collectors, to George fans, to zombie fans, to horror movie fans, to movie fans, to people who want to just watch a good movie. This set is that and then some, and maybe if you're not that big of a physical media collector, it might turn you on to the hobby, because, well, there are plenty of great sets like this out there. So that's it for the Day of the Dead 4K set. What do you think of the Day of the Dead 4K set? If you have it in your hands already, do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let me know in the comments. We can talk about it all day long if you want to, but make sure you go out and get the Day of the Dead 4K set from Scream Factory, wherever you get your physical media, and keep defending the physical media faith, everybody.